The Rohan is proud to present a wonderful new show, Sinatra and Friends, with the Shades of Blue Orchestra led by Mr. Paul Holtzman. And now the man himself, Rohan, Jack Giampalmi.
All these people in a Rohan Center, my goodness. Come fly with me, let's fly away. If you can use some exotic food, there's a bar in far Bombay. Come on, fly with me, let's fly away. Come fly with me, let's float down to Peru. In Lava Land, there's a one-man band, and he'll toot his flute for you. Come on, fly with me, let's fly away. Once I get you up there, where the air is rarefied, we'll just fly starry-eyed. Once I get you up there, I'll be holding you so near. You may hear angels cheer, 'cause we're together. Weather-wise, it's such a lovely day. You just say those words and we'll beat those birds down to Acapulco Bay. It is perfect for flying honeymoon, they do say. Come fly with me, let's fly away. Once I get you up there, where the air is rarefied, we'll just fly, absolutely petrified. Once I get you up there, I'll be holding you so near. You may hear angels cheer, 'cause we're together. Weather-wise, it's such a lovely day. You just say those words and we'll beat those birds down to Acapulco Bay. It is perfect for flying honeymoon, they do say. Come fly with me, let's fly. Pack up, let's fly away. And don't tell your mama. Thank you. Great Sammy Kahn, Jimmy Van Heusen song. I've got you under my skin. I've got you deep in the heart of me. So deep in my heart that you're really a part of me. I've got you under my skin. I tried so not to begin, and I said to myself, this affair, it never would go so well. But why should I try to resist when, baby, I know damn well that I've got you under my skin. I sacrifice anything, come what might, for the sake of having you near. get up to reality. And each time I do, just the thought of you makes me stop before I begin. 'Cause I've got you under my skin. Sacrifice anything come what might for the sake of having you near, in spite of the warning voice comes in the night. I repeat that with yells in my ear. Don't you know, little fool, you never can win. Use your mentality, wake up, get up to reality. And each time I do, just the thought of you makes me stop before I begin. 'Cause I've got you under my skin. And I like you under my skin. Thank you. Cole Porter at his finest. That's a great song. Here's another good one. This is a Bart Howard, Quincy Jones song. Fly me to the moon, let me play among those stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, Joycey, kiss me. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. Hey! Welcome to the Jack Giampalmi and Paul Holtzman World Tour. We are glad you are all here. I say a world tour because our world goes from Buena Vista to Morris, and that's about it. I was fortunate enough to do a concert up in Westchester, Pennsylvania, at the Performance Arts Center. We're down here now, and our next concert is April 5th at Seabreeze. So, we hope you enjoy it. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to my partner, Paul Holtzman. me ask you a question. How many people, just applaud, how many people have heard us play before? Just applaud. How many people is your first time in hearing us? Very good.
You'll be back.
Okay. Thank you. So Paul says, Jack, you know, we should be like Taylor Swift. I said, well, we are. Well, let me explain. Taylor Swift does multiple concerts. Paul and I do multiple concerts. Taylor Swift has a fleet of jet planes. Paul and I, we have a fleet of golf carts. Paul's going down to Morris Avenue doing 21 in his Yamaha. That's him. And finally, Taylor Swift plays in front of about 60,000 people. Paul and I, we play in front of people whose ages add up to about 60,000. So that's about it. No. So it's wonderful working with Paul. He's a true mensch, as they say. And, you know, he's very healthy. And I said, Paul, what's the success of your health? He says, well, Jack, if I get a little stomach problem, I take a little whiskey. He said, if my back starts to hurt, I take a little bourbon. He said, if my hand starts to hurt, I take a little rum. So I said, Paul, that's a lot of alcohol. Don't you ever take water? He looked at me and said, oh, I never get that sick. Even band's laughing. They like that one. Now, this is a special event. And a few days ago, Paul Holtzman celebrated a birthday. His 94th birthday, as a matter of fact. So, what all you, and here's my son Jack, and Paul's nephew, niece coming up. So what we're going to do tonight, we are going to set a Guinness World Book of Record. It's going to be the most people singing happy birthday to a 94-year-old named Holtzman in the Villages in the Rohan Center. Don't blow it. Are we ready? Happy birthday, guys. Ready? Everybody now. Ready? Happy birthday. Enough, sit down. Let's not make him feel too good. Next thing I know, I want a damn raise. So were you surprised at that? Everybody knew in this room but you. Very good. Here's another good chart. Frank Sinatra, of course, did this, but what we did, Paul says, Jack, I found a new chart of a great song you like to sing. And this is a Michael Bublé arrangement of Summer Wind, and Kevin O'Donnell did this. So this is something new we're going to try this year, so we hope you like it. The summer wind came blowing in from across the sea. It's lingered there to touch her hair and walk with me. All summer long we sang the song, and then we strolled that golden sand. Two sweethearts and that summer wind, like painted kites. Those days and nights, they went flying by. The world was new beneath a blue umbrella sky. Then, softer than that piper man, one day it called to you. to that summer wind. Oh, that autumn wind and that winter wind, they have come, they've gone. Still the days, those lonely days, they go on and on. Yes, you sighs his lullabies through nights that never end. My fickle friend, hey, that summer wind. They've gone. Still the days, those lonely days, they go on and on. Guess who sighs his lullabies through nights that never end? My fickle friend, the summer wind. Warm, warm summer wind. Love that summer wind, that summer wind. Do you like that arrangement? That's pretty cool. Paul Holtzman found that for me. It worked out, thank you. Fantastic. Oh, here's a great song. Bobby Darin did this. He's one of my favorite singers. But remember, when Bobby Darin sang this song, he was 37. I'm past 37. Passed it twice. Hello, young lovers.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hello, young lovers, whoever you are. I hope your troubles are few. All my good wishes go with you tonight. I've been in love like you. Be brave, young lovers, and follow your star. Be brave and faithful and true. Cling very close to each other tonight. I've been in love like you. I know how it feels to have wings on your heels and to fly down the streets in a trance. Fly down the streets on a chance that you will meet, and you'll meet, not really by chance. Don't cry, young lovers, whatever you do. Don't cry because I'm alone. All of my memories are happy tonight. I had a love of my own. I know how it feels to have wings on your heels and to fly down the street in a trance. Fly down the street on a chance that you will meet, and you'll meet, not really by chance. Don't cry, young lovers, whatever you do. Don't cry because I'm alone. All of my memories are happy tonight. I had a love of my own. I had a love of my own like yours. I had a love of Oh, that was pretty good. I like that. Did you like that one? Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to the finest trombone section in the Southeast. Bob Green, Ralph Gingery, Ed Stromsky, and Paul Holtzman. Now, next song. Are you somebody up here reading? What are you reading? My wife is reading a magazine. What? Jack, get that from your mother. Bring that up here. What the hell are you doing? I'm up here working, and you're reading. What the hell is she reading? I'll tell you, this guy's becoming annoying now. I'll tell you, really annoying. All right. Here, Jack. Give it back to your mother. No, you keep it. Here's a wonderful song that was made famous by Maurice Chevalier, the Sammy Fame song. You Brought a New Kind of Love. If the nightingales could sing like you, they sing much sweeter than they do. For you brought a new kind of love to me. And if the Sandman brought me dreams of you, I want to sleep my whole life through. For you brought a new kind of love to me. I know that I'm the slave, you're the queen. Still you can't understand that underneath it all, you're a maid, but I am only a man. I would work and slave the whole day through if I could hurry home to you. You brought a new kind of love to me. You're the queen, still you can't understand that underneath it all, you're a maid, and I am only a man. I would work and slave the whole day through if I could hurry home to you. You brought a new kind of love to me. There's a couple things in our concert that we do, and as you know, and we thank you for your support, this is probably one of the biggest crowds that we had. I mean, this is fantastic. And this first time we're playing down here at Rohan. And we support a couple charities during the year, and I'll introduce both of them. One of them is the Wildwood Middle High School, their science program. And sometimes you give money, you don't know where it goes or who or anything else. I'm gonna have the people here, so you actually know where the money's going. So, so we support the Wildwood Middle High School, and some of our brightest and best and brightest are here tonight with us. And I have some of these kids. Now, I'm gonna tell you, if the names are wrong, just go whatever I call you tonight. Because Woody tells me they changed a few. Somebody dropped ice. Whatever it is, this is what you're going with, kids. Let me introduce him to wait till the end. Yusra Abumolish. Stand up, I know Yusra. Adam Abumolish. Geraldo Cardoso, Joey Wise and Annie Wise. And none of this happens without a wonderful science teacher I got to know over the years. She's really, really good. I mean, she's really bright. Emily Keeler. Sit down, that's enough. As you can tell, Emily is the quiet type. And the other group that we support is the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. And my wife Joyce and son and I, we have a foundation housed at Michigan State University. And over the past 30 years, we've probably awarded maybe, 70, 75 college scholarships. And we have someone with us tonight who I really admire, one of my heroes. This person, before I tell you her name, let me tell you about her. She was the first national poster child for cystic fibrosis. And if you go online, you see a picture of her in the Rose Garden with President Nixon and her aunt, Rosemary Woods, who was Nixon's secretary. And also, this person about 6 years ago, literally, was on her deathbed. So she goes through a double lung transplant. So if you ever think you're having a bad day, I mean, really. So I am very proud, a friend of ours, to introduce you to Rosie Woods. Rosie, stand up. Rosie. Stand up, Rosie. You're a hero. Stand up. And it's amazing because you see Rosie now riding around the villages in her bike, walking on the golf course. So she's really a remarkable person. Okay, now I'm going to turn it over to the band. First, I'm going to introduce the trumpets, and I'll tell you why. Finest trumpet section around: Joe Capolini, Dave Sahara, Lou Buckley, and Chuck Mander. And you are now going to find out why these guys are the best. The band's going to do 3 songs. First one, I'm not going to tell you. Anybody here from Pennsylvania? Yeah. Delaware County, the Philadelphia area? You're going to recognize this. It's a Bill Conti, Maynard Ferguson song. The second one is an Earl Garner song, made famous by Johnny Mathis. And the third one, it was actually a throwaway that Ken Lane wrote for D. Martin. I'm not going to tell you that, but there will be a quiz. Ladies and gentlemen, Paul Holtzman and the Shades of Blue Orchestra. Did I miss anything? How about that band? Now we're going to do a few things. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. Appreciate that. Last night that woman was banging on my door for 45 minutes. I wouldn't let her out. Now you may think, what was that last song that the band played? Right, everybody. And who made that famous? Dean Martin. Right, you may think that's Dean Martin's most favorite song, but it's not. Here's his favorite song. When you're drinking, you get stinking. The whole world looks good to you. When you're drinking, yeah, you're stinking. To change your point of view. But when you're sober, you lose all your class. But when you're sober, you become a pain in the... So keep on drinking, 'cause when you're stinking, the whole world looks good to you. Yeah. Every time it rains, bourbon from heaven. Don't you know which cloud contains bourbon from heaven? Good old whiskey's flowing from north to south. Be sure to throw your head back and open your mouth. Don't you know you'll get a glow along the way, sir? And you know you'll always have a built-in chaser. So when you hear thunder, don't run under the tree. Just come and get stoned with Paul Holtzman and me. Gendane Due. That's who we have next. And I was accompanied by probably the greatest rhythm section in, well, at least Florida, in the Southeast. My buddy Al Cheatham on bass, Tommy Rocco on the guitar, Rod Jacobs on drums, and Dave Flanagan on piano. Tommy, wave your hand. Tommy is a great, great guitar player. He sits in the back, you can't even see him. Here's a great, that's right, and you can hear him, that's right. Here's a great Jerome Kern song. And this is a Nelson Riddle chart. The Way You Look Tonight. Is that where we are? Yeah. Okay, that's what we're going to do. Someday, when I'm awfully low and the world is cold, I will feel it glow just thinking of you and the way you look tonight. Yes, you're lovely with your smile so warm and your cheeks so soft. There is nothing for me but to love you and the way you look tonight. With each word your tenderness grows, tearing my fears apart. And that life that rigors, you know, touches my foolish heart. Lovely, never, never change. Keep that breathless charm. Won't you please arrange it? 'Cause I love you just the way you look tonight. And that laugh that rigors, you know, touches my foolish heart. Lovely, don't you ever change. Keep that breathless charm. Won't you please arrange it? 'Cause I love you just the way you look tonight. Just the way you look tonight. Thank you. Now we're at the part of our program. Two things I like about this part. I get a chance to sit down. That's wonderful. And this is the romantic portion. I do some torch songs. And if you're not familiar with a torch song,
Jack.
yes.
A Day in the Life of a Fool.
my buddies, you know. So these are torch songs. If you're not familiar with torch songs, they, when everybody kind of walked out of you on your life, that's what these things are all about. So you can think of someone special. You can grab someone by the hand, and if you see someone you want to take a shot at, just go right ahead with Frank. And our first song is A Day in the Life of a Fool. I had this written down. He's not the only engineer up here. All right.
1, 2, 1.
A day in the life of a fool. A sad and a long, lonely day. I walk the avenue and hope I'll run into the welcome sight of you coming my way. I stop just across from your door, but you're never home anymore. So back to my room, and there in the gloom I cry tears of goodbye till you come back to me. That's the way it will be every day in the life of a fool. I stop just across from your door, but you're never home anymore. So back to my room, and there in the gloom I cry tears of goodbye till you come back to me. That's the way it will be every day in the life of a fool. Every day in the life of a fool. Thank you. Now we have something special, and this is a medley of 3 classic songs. So I wanted to do, something that we haven't done before, and these are actually all #1 hits. And these songs span from the 1940s to the 1980s. And the first one was written by Luigi Creatore, made famous by a guy in Memphis. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but if you know it, you can applaud. The second one was written by Chris Christopherson, and it was a hit by Ray Price. So it's my delving into country music. And the third is a classic torch song by Johnny Mercer, and Nelson Riddle arrangement made famous by Frank Sinatra. Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love Shall I stay? Would it be a sin if I can't help falling in love with you? Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too. For I can't help falling in love with you. Don't look so sad. I know it's over, but life goes on. This old world keeps on turning. Let's just be glad we had some time to spend together. There's no need to watch the bridges that were burning. Lay your head upon my pillow. Hold your warm and tender body close to mine. Hear the whisper of the raindrops blowing softly across the window, and make believe you love me one more time. For the good time. It's 2:45. There's no one in the place except you and me. So set 'em up, Joe. I got a little story you ought to know. We're drinking, my friend, to the end of a brief episode. So make it one for my baby, one more for the road. Well, that's how it goes. Joe, I know you're getting anxious to close. So, thanks for the cheer. I hope you didn't mind my bending your ear. This torch that I found, it's gotta be drowned, but soon might explode. So make it one for my baby, one more Thank you. That was a collaboration that Dave Flanagan on piano. Dave, wait. And Paul Holtzman, he got the music toward the end. Paul, that was great. I like that one. Oh, we have another torch song. So if you're not ready to jump off the Chitty Chatty Bridge, after you hear this, you're going to do it. This is a great song, Lenny Niehaus arrangement, and it was made famous by Engelbert Humperdinck. Oh. So what's the name of the song? You're right. After They're Lovin'. Very good. So I sing you to sleep after the lovin', a song I just wrote yesterday. And I hope you can hear what the words and the music have to say. It's so hard to explain everything that I'm feeling. Face to face, I just seem to go dry. But I love you so much that the sound of your voice gets me high. Thanks for taking me on a one-way trip to the sun. Thanks for turning me into a someone. So I sing you to sleep after the lovin'. I brush back the hair from your eyes, and the love in your face, so real it makes me wanna cry. And I know my song didn't say anything new. Oh, but after the loving, I'm still in love with you. And I know my song isn't saying anything new. Oh, but after the loving, I'm still in love with you. Yeah, after the loving, I'm still in love with you. After the loving, I'm still in love with you. Thank you. I like that song. That was a nice song. So next, I think there's something wrong with this mic. There's my buddy Woody. Where's Woody? Is Woody in the house? Okay, Woody. Woody's not only one of the finest musicians down there. He also knows, sound and everything else. And when I have a moment like this, he also has a background. He's a nuclear engineer, so he knows the delicacy of all this, and he knows how to fix these things. So.
I think I know what's wrong with it. Let me get my tools.
Go ahead. Go get your tools. Go ahead. You want me to hold this? Or you want to? I'll give it to you.
Well, I'll have you hold your mic while
All right, okay.
I think it's just need to be tightened up a little bit, so I think this will work, okay?
He worked on submarines for our country.
Oh, I think it's tight, but now there's a piece sticking out that wasn't sticking out before.
I'll fix that.
Okay, yeah, put it right down here.
Get out of the way.
Okay, here we
You know
go.
what you're doing?
Jack, do you have another microphone?
You bent the damn thing.
It's flat on one side. Don't sing on that side.
That's what I see. Now that you're up here, what else you got?
Well, you know, I had a significant birthday recently too. Not as significant as Paul, but I'm not going to tell you what it is, but if you're good at algebra, it's 5x plus 10, where x equals 14. So you could ask any of these young people, they'll tell you. And you know, you get to that age and you start thinking about different things, right? So my wife and I were talking after the birthday, and I said, you know, dear, the statistics says the guy goes first, right? So if I died, would you remarry? And she said, well, if the right guy came along. I said, uh-huh. I said, well, if the right guy came along and you married him, would you bring him into our house? And she said, well, it's a really nice house. We got a low mortgage. I mean, why not? I said, uh-huh. So I said, well, if you met this guy, the right guy, and you married him, you brought him into our house, would you let him drive my convertible? She said, well, it's a nice car. It's got low mileage, I guess so, right? So I said, well, if you met this guy, married him, brought him into our house, let him drive my convertible, would you bring him into our bedroom and be intimate with him? And she said, well, we were married, right? We're married if we're healthy. I mean, yeah. So I said, So then I said, well, if you met this guy, you brought him into our house, you let him drive my convertible, you brought him into our bedroom to be intimate, would you let him use my golf clubs? And she looked at me and said, oh no, he's left-handed. She already has him picked out. But we get along pretty good, but last week we did have an argument. It was about the pool boy. And I said, I think we should get rid of the pool boy. And she said, oh, she's taken a lot of psychology courses. She likes to psychoanalyze me. So she said, well, you're just feeling threatened by a younger, more masculine, more handsome, virile male. And besides that, your midlife crisis is way back in the rearview mirror, and your masculinity and strength and mojo are going downhill at a rapid pace. And on top of that, you're questioning your mortality, realizing that this isn't going to last forever. My argument was, we don't have a pool.
Ladies and gentlemen, Woody High.
I think you're all set, so back to the show.
Let's hear it for Woody High. Now I'm going to turn it over to the band. And I asked them to do a couple things. And this first song, in fact, these next three songs span from the 1940s to the 1990s. And songwriters covering Barry Manilow, Mac Gordon, Fred Paris. And a lot of these songs I think you'll recognize. The first one is a Barry Manilow. I'm not going to tell you what it is. The second one was written by Mac Gordon. And the third one actually was made famous by a doo-wop group, Boys to Men. But you're going to hear a different take on it, okay? So remember, like always, there will be a quiz after this, so pay attention. Ladies and gentlemen, Paul Holtzman, the Shades of Blue Orchestra. Let me introduce you to the finest saxophone section around. And they practice and practice and practice. Yeah, they practice safe sax. Ladies and gentlemen, come on, will you give me a break? Margaret Banton, Jim Cassera, Harold Hoffman, Mike James, Carmen Plunce. Stand up, guys, stand up. All right, sit down. Come on, will you? And also, I want to thank, every time we do this, we have a great sponsor. What does a sponsor do? They're responsible for getting us the Rohan Center, the 3 centers that we need for rehearsals, and they also sell a lot of tickets for us. The club is, Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grader? Are there any 5th graders here? Where are they? Raise your hand. Thank you, 5th graders, very good. Now, the next song is interesting because those of you who lived or are familiar with Delaware County, there was a guy down there, and he was a contemporary of mine. He was 2 years ahead. He was ahead of me in college. He was at Villanova University. After Villanova, he gets drafted, goes into the Army. And he was a singer-songwriter, and his career never took off. He was about on the end of his career. So he goes in the Army, meets a guy, and writes a song about this guy. And as I'm growing up, all my relatives used to say, why can't you be like this person? Well, they're immensely talented, first of all, and that's what he wants to do. And the guy I'm talking about is Jim Croce. Ah, you've heard of him. Yes, he's a Delaware County guy. So what song of Jim Croce do you want to hear? Who said Leroy Brown? You know how hard that is to do? You know how old I am up here? Leroy Brown. What do you think, kids? You do Leroy Brown? You want to hear Leroy Brown? So do I. We get somebody up there to sing it. All right, let's give it a shot. Bad, Bad Leroy Brown. Down the south side of Chicago, it's the baddest part of town. And if you go down there, you better just beware of a man named Leroy Brown. Now Leroy, he's trouble. He stood about 6'4". All the downtown ladies called him treetop lovers, stunts, they called him sir. Yeah, he's bad, bad, Leroy Brown. Baddest man in the whole damn town. Better than old King Kong. Meaner than junkyard dog. Now Leroy, he a gambler. He liked his fancy clothes. He liked to wave his diamond ring in front of everybody's nose. He got a custom Continental. He got an Eldorado too. He got a 32 gun in his pocket for the front. He got a razor in his shoe. Yeah, he's bad, bad, Leroy Brown. Baddest man in the whole damn town. Better than old King Kong. Meaner than junkyard dog. Take me up, down, up, down, up, down, hey! Now Friday, about a week ago, Leroy shooting dice. And at the end of a bar sat a lady named Joyce. Man, she sure looked nice. He laid his eyes upon her, and the trouble soon began. That's when Leroy Brown learned a lesson about messing with a rifle, a jealous man. Yeah, he's bad, bad, Leroy Brown. Baddest man in the whole damn town. Better than old King Kong. Meaner than junkyard dog. Bad, bad, Leroy Brown. Baddest man in the whole damn town. Better than old King Kong. Meaner than a junkyard dog. Meaner than a junkyard dog. Before the show, I was talking to a friend of mine. I haven't seen him for a long time. And I said, how you doing? He says, well, my wife and I are going to break up. I said, gee, well, what happened? He says, well, it was over her birthday. I said, what happened? He says, well, she told me she wanted a gift, something, shiny, that goes from 0 to 200 in 3.2 seconds. I said, okay. So what'd you do? So I bought her a scale. I'm not going to point the guy out, but that marriage has gone nowhere. Now, we have another special guest here. And we know, Paul hit 94. But the next person I'm going to introduce makes Paul Holtzman look like a young kid. We have a special guest that Rosie brought. And this young lady is from Augusta, Georgia. And she used to watch Bobby Jones play golf at the Masters. And I wonder, she's now living down here with her daughter. And coming in at 101 years old, Syble Hoffman. Syble, everybody say, give it up for Syble Hoffman, right here. Syble. And when I was talking to Syble's, daughter, she says, Jack, my mom never used glasses until she was 100. Drank right out of the bottle. So. You make me feel so young. You make me feel like spring has sprung. Every time I see you grin, I'm such a happy individual. The moment that you speak, I want to go play hide and seek. I want to go and bounce the moon just like a toy balloon. You and I are just like a couple of tots running across the meadow, picking up all those forget-me-nots. You make me feel so young. You make me feel like spring has sprung. Bells to be rung and a wonderful fling to be flung. Even I'm old and gray, I'm gonna feel what I do today, because you make me feel so young. You make me young. You make me feel like spring has sprung. Every time I see you grin, I'm such a happy individual. The moment that you speak, I want to go play hide and seek. I want to go and bounce the moon just like a toy balloon, because you and I are just like a couple of tots dashing about the meadow, snatching up all those forget-me-nots. You make me young. You make me feel there are songs to be sung, lots of bells to be rung, and a wonderful fling to be flung. When I'm old and gray, I'm gonna feel what I do dear day, because you make me feel so. Yeah, man, I feel so. You make me feel so young. Now, this next song comes as a surprise to me. because as I was making up the set list, my lovely bride of 57 years said, Jack, why don't you sing this song? I said, well, Joyce, you know, it's a hard song to sing. I haven't done it in a long time. And usually what Joyce wants, Joyce gets. So I'm going to give this a shot. It's hard to do, and we'll see how it goes. And now the end is here, so I face final curtain. My friend, I'll say it clear, state my case, of which I'm certain. I lived a life that's full. I traveled each and every highway, and more, much more than this. I did it my way. Regrets, I've had a few. Then again, too few to mention. I did what I had to do, saw through without exemption. I planned each charted course, each careful step along the byway, and more, much more than this. I did it my way. Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when I bit off more than I could chew. But through it all, when there was doubt, I ate it up and spit it out. I faced it all, and I stood tall, and did it my way. I've loved, I've laughed and cried, had my fill, my share losing, and now, as tears subside, find it all so amusing to think I did all that, and may I say, not in a shy way. Oh no, no, not me. I did it my way. For what is a man? What has he got? If not himself, then he is not to say the things he truly feels, and not the words of one who kneels. The record shows I took the blows and did it my way. Stop drinking that booze. You're driving away. I want to be a part of it. New York, New York. These vagabond shoes are longing to stray right through the sleep and find I'm king of the hill, top of the heap. These little town blues are melting away. I'll make a brand new start of it in old New York. If I can make it there, I'll make it anywhere. It's up to you, New York, New York. Every time I can't make it. Oh, 20 bars and I don't think I'll ever make it. Man, did you guys have a good time tonight? Yeah. You gonna tell all your friends about it? Yeah. You gonna drop $20 in a bucket before you leave? Yeah. Well, I wanted to thank you all coming, and I especially wanted to thank this wonderful orchestra. Paul Holtzman and his wonderful organization. That's enough, sit down. I also wanted to thank, and this is quite a major production, as you know, doing concerts. I wanted to thank Marge Holtzman and Jack Giampalmi because they were responsible for filling this entire rec center here. So Joyce, stand up, stand up. Oh, I'm having a senior moment. I've been off this song so long, I have no idea where the hell I am. But I learned one thing. If you ever get lost on the stage, I can always depend on one guy, the trumpet player. I mean, Chuck Mander's about as good as you can get. Yeah. Chuck, where am I? Where am I? Makes me feel for the home country. That was good. But we're not there, Chuck. So I can't depend on you. So I can depend on somebody else because what I learned, if the trumpets can't bail you out, chances are piano player can. And Dave Flanagan's about the best you can get. Dave, help me out. Where am I? No, we're not there. We're not there. No. Guys, give me an A. Yay. All right, I'll get it. I'll get it. Let's see if I can get out of this. Ready? These little town blues are melting away. Hey, I'm gonna make a brand new start of it in old New York. And if I can make it there, I'm gonna make it anyway. It's up to you, New York, New York, New York. Thank you, thank you. Thank you very much.